Last 48 hours, it was absolutely volatile. Still, you're watching XRP doing this. That's impressive. From being an asset which drops massively while others just shake, to this point is a huge shift. And we know why that's happening. The XRP ETF filing, the thought process of how the money is moving within XRP ecosystem, within the crypto ecosystem, how money is moving into it, the long-term goals. We all know that. But the panic had a lot to do with what's happening in the Middle East. People kind of look for things before they react, and they do react to a lot of these news without understanding the macro. What do I mean? This was a thought process which I shared with the SI family. And this was 24 hours back, saying next 24 hours is important. Why? Because we detailed the idea that we need to come back down here. And if not directly like that, most likely a move like this. Now, the blue line here worked out almost clearly. It came back down to 65.74. Yes, we anticipated it, but it was way more volatile than we thought. That's one of the reasons why in yesterday's video, I argued panic, a shake is coming, then the pump. This is primarily why we were talking about. We know a big move in the market is coming in, but they will not let you ride it in an easy way. So wherever these kind of pumps starts, just before that, they will try their best to make sure the supply is back in the market so that they can buy it and you are out. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. When you're going through all these assets in the market, it's confusing. It needs a lot of clarity. And especially with things like this, you do need to anticipate and visualize the odds in the market so that at these points, you're not in a panic. Otherwise, the decision-making skill would go entirely wrong. Now, say let's break the market down quickly and wrap this up. But look at the RSI. It's not a 1 hour, it's not a 4 hour. It's a 12-hour chart. Yeah, it's not a weekly, but still, you can observe the fact that the RSI is reaching a support trend line, which started from August. So can we start a new trend? Most likely, there is odds favoring that scenario. Why? Because this is a breakout. Now, you haven't retested that perfectly, but still, you're watching this. Okay, you have a breakout. You're trying to retest that. And a bounce should meet these targets or at least come close to it. Say it's showing you a 36%. You can actually use a 30% and say, okay, most likely we would come close to those levels at least. That's like $80,000 just for this pattern. Now, we all understand the macro. We all understand its measured move. We all know where that would start from. The measured move is close to 40%, and that would only start from 69. So you're literally talking big numbers at that point. You're putting the argument that Bitcoin can go to 98,000, 100,000, that range. It's a wide range from where we are now. So now the thought process is, how is the altcoins reacting to this market or all these news and panic? If you pull up altcoins, this is exactly what you're watching. There was a fake out in the micro pattern, which was not a fake out on a macro. It was a retest of the macro resistance. The resistance rejected it. Good. Now we came back into the medium to short-term pattern. Now you're volatile in there, but you're not pushing back to the upside. Watch the volume to the price action. The last candle which closed had decent buying volume, but it failed to push the price way higher. Now, for today, you have an enormous amount of buying volume on a daily, and it's not materializing well. Now, you go on to the other side, which is a 3-day, a higher time frame. Now, look at the last candle which closed. When it closed on 28th morning, it showed you it had lesser volume, but in selling, than the last one. And it did push the price almost lower, highly volatile. So sellers were entering, or money flow started moving into altcoins, which is a good news. Now, if you don't understand that, the easy part would be to go on to altcoin market, and you're observing this. We had a breakout, we wanted a retest, and here it is. We came back. We were arguing 586. It went to 583. Not perfect, but still okay. It is decent. Now, you're watching this support level being tested. So by the time the weekly closes, we want to see where we close. Because this can actually give you a different narrative here. You had resistance here. Can that turn into the new level of support? Because if it can, then you're talking about a chop and a ride to the upside, which again is not that far. End of the year, which is October, November, December, can give you a decent ROI structure. Now we jump on to the monthly candle. This is what a lot of people don't do. Now look at what you're watching in the grand scheme of things. Yes, it was choppy last time. Yes, we had a similar monthly candle arguing, I'm kicking you guys out, I'm going down. But then it just reversed and moved back up. But you look at the long wick, that was the bottom. You never came close to it, which means the long wick here, which we saw back in August, is most likely the bottom. And you're not going to revisit those levels. So the altcoin market in general still stays within the range. It is close to the resistance on a monthly. But when you come zooming in, yeah, short term doesn't show you that. It shows you people panicked with some news, and war is not good, so automatically that gets priced in negative. Now, if you look at the dollar, it is slowly getting some kind of push to the upside, because I don't know why, but whenever these kind of events happen, people run into dollar, and I'm surprised. That's not a safe haven asset. If it was gold pumping like crazy, I can understand, but not the dollar, right? So in all of those equations, when you come back, let's put XRP on a macro. Let's put that on a weekly. Let's put that on a monthly. What do you see here? We still have the breakout. Say, put it on a line chart. It's easy this way. You still have the breakout on a macro valid. You're retesting that. That's all you want. A bounce from here would make more sense. You had something similar previously. That's not accurate. Like this. Something before previously, which showed you a double top, then broke higher, then retested. So let's see how this retest is going to be. Because that retest last time stayed strong and it pushed the price back up. But it was after the ride of the news. So you didn't get the follow through there. This time around, you're looking at it on a monthly though. There's a big difference. You're now at a resistance. You're now trying to break higher. Your RSI, MACD, and everything else is staying strong in the bullish territory. So this is one of the easiest way to look at the market, where the market in itself is arguing this. Now you go look at the crypto assets. A lot of tokens, right? 70,000 tokens. What would you do? What would you select? This is where a lot of these assets, which shows I'm attracting more capital, of attracting more liquidity makes a lot of sense. You kind of use that. You look at them on the macro, you see the macro pattern, you try to enter them. Because even when they drop, they don't actually drop like crazy, raising all the gains of last 2-3 months. It slowly grinds higher. It puts in higher high, higher low. Even it's a bear higher high, higher low, it's okay. It's still within the trend, but the whales are trying their maximum to make sure they push you out. But it's on us to stay educated. So you check assets one by one in your portfolio and make sure all of them fits into this criteria. If something is putting in lower highs, lower lows, you're concerned. I mean, you should be concerned on a higher time frame chart, not a 1 hour, not a 4 hour. Higher time frame charts, daily, 3-day, weekly, whichever your horizon is, fine. Now, if you want help in doing all of those, join the SF family. Use the link in the description below. You'll meet me. You'll go through the one-on-one sessions. You'll go through your portfolio in detail so you know how you have positioned yourself. And guys, if you received value and you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do that for me. Obliterate that. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Bye for now.